Happening, y'all? This is Glitch bringing you one more BDSP Wi-Fi battle. This probably might be my last one. I don't know. It's Scarlet and Violet season, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite Machamp to the party one more time. I hope y'all enjoy this battle. Alright, so this is actually a rematch. This dude had thrown a timer ball at me in the first battle that we had, and I did not appreciate that. So I challenged him again to a rematch, and he brought the fattest stall team to the rematch that I could possibly even imagine. You know, he's got the Blisscore, the Blissey, the Glitchscore, backed up with the Machamp, the Tangrowth, the Heatran, and the Scizor. Alright, looking at this team, I'm going to go ahead and guess he's going to lead out with the Tangrowth to counter lead my Swampert, so I'm gonna go ahead and counter lead his counter lead and send out my Houndoom right here. I think that lead matchups are so important. You have to, if you're playing off your back foot on that lead matchup, you're gonna have a tough time. So right here, I figure he's gonna switch into Heatran because his team is very fire weak. So I figured that Heatran is probably definitely Flash Fire. So I get the prediction right. He does switch into Heatran, and I hit him with the Foul Play. That pretty much shows me that he's probably most definitely Flash Fire, but I didn't see leftovers on him, so I'm kind of worried that he's Scarfed at this point, right? So I'm pretty sure that an Earth Power is coming in, so I go ahead and I switch into my Zap Trap right here, and we do dodge the Earth Power. So as soon as you send Zapdos in and your opponent has a Glitchscore, you can almost bank that they're going to go ahead and send their Glitchscore next turn. It's almost like simple mathematics, right? So I'm going to go ahead and double it to my Cloyster right here, expecting that they're going to bring their Glitchscore in. So I do get the prediction correct, and right here on this play I see no need to Shell Smash. It's way too early in the game for that, and I don't think it'd get me very far. So I go straight for the raw Icicle Spear, expecting him to switch out into the Heatran or the Scizor. I'll take Chip on either, but he actually just stays in and eats it, but he doesn't eat it very well. He eats that about as well as I eat a bottle of rat poison. So Glitchscore's out of the game early. You love to see that. That's a huge threat gone. I am so glad it's out the way, but in comes the next problem. So Machamp is in, but I do have a Zapdos to counter that. So I guess he's really not that much of a problem, because I'm sure that he's not Flame Orb, right? This team isn't built that way. It's definitely a no guard Machamp on a stall team. So he hits me with the Dynamic Punch, and we get confused, but we trade confusion for static, and I'll take that 7 days out of 7, y'all. That's a good trade to me. So that's exactly why I run this Zapdos, is trying to paralyze shit, you know. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click Volt Switch, expecting the switch. I can do that now that Glitchscore's out the way. All right. So Blissey comes in, you know, the special attack vacuum. This thing eats Volt Switches for breakfast. Part of its daily diet, I guess, and we go ahead and tickle that thing and switch back into the Pokeball. Right here, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my Machamp, because it is the perfect time to get my Guts Boost activated. This Blissey can't do Nathan to my Machamp, so I'm out here about to get burned, pissed off, and ready to hit something, right? Flame Orb is activated, and nothing really wants to come into this. Well, that Tangrowth can come into this, and I know that's what it's going to do, but I'm just scouting to see damage right here. So this does huge damage right here, over half, you know. So right here, my thought process is I need Rocks Up, and then that Tangrowth won't be a problem. Actually, in that situation, you know, I click close combat over Ice Punch, because close combat is stabbed, whereas Ice Punch isn't. And in this weird situation, close combat actually does more than a super effective Ice Punch, just because of how strong it is, the move is, you know. So right here, I do just go ahead and I switch into my Hellhound, because Machamp can't stay around there, especially with defenses dropped, and I don't want to go to, or I don't want to get knocked off. I mean, I did have to play around and figure what I wanted to go to sleep, expecting him to hit a sleep powder or a knockoff. I was not expecting the Giga Drain, but Houndoom was a good switch into the Giga Drain anyways, right? So we still have our Choice Scarf, and that didn't do very much damage. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make a hard double right back into my Machamp again, because I figured that he's probably not going to want to keep taking chip on that Heatran if I click Foul Play, especially since it doesn't have leftovers. So I do end up getting this prediction right here. He withdraws the Tangrowth and he sends out his Blissey. That's exactly who I was pretty sure he's going to send out. So right here, we do just end up clicking close combat again. And I'm hoping for a little bit higher of a roll this time against that Tangrowth. But I think that he was kind of sweating a little bit too, because right here he goes ahead and he sends in Scissor, right? So watch this. This is how you one-shot a Scissor without Flamethrower. It does it just as well, right? So Scissor's off the board, Gliscor's off the board, and we're definitely smashing the shit out of this stall team, right? So right here, I'm going to go ahead and switch out as they go ahead and bring their Tangrowth back in. Right here, I do think that I go into Azelf because I'm expecting them to not want to try to knock off, knowing that my Houndoom's there. It's not going to get them very far, right? So I expect them to do just about anything except for the knockoff. So he does end up seeding me, and that's okay because I can just go ahead and Volt Switch out. What's crazy here is, like I said, this was a rematch, so I had revealed that my Azelf had Flamethrower in the previous match. But right here, he just goes ahead and he eats this U-turn. I guess that he was calling my bluff that I wasn't going to go ahead and try to click a Flamethrower into that Heatran, you know? Good play by my opponent. So right here, we're right back where we started. Houndoom versus Tangrowth. And he goes ahead and he hits knockoff. Now in this situation, I don't really care. I don't exactly need that Scarf. I'm pretty sure that Houndoom pretty much outspeeds everything on their team except for that Scarfed Heatran, right? So right here, I am thinking about what move that I want to click next. I don't think they're going to bring the Heatran in, but I don't know for sure. You know, I was more expecting Blissey, but here's Heatran. So that was a misplay on my part, or just a bad play, I guess. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Swampert because Swampert may not be like the special wall on my team, but he can eat special attacks real well too, especially from Heatran. And guess what? We're about to get a surprise right here. He's not Choice Scarfed, right? That's a Life Orb. So that's a little bit easier to manage because he's taking chip every time he attacks, which is good for me. I just got to get these Stealth Rocks up. I knew that he was going to switch out right there. He did not have one move that could one-shot my Swampert, even at +1 with a Flame Orb, or with a Life Orb. He couldn't one-shot my Swampert. So it looked like a good opportunity to get my Stealth Rocks up. I was pretty sure he was going to switch, fearing the Waterfall. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and I switch right back into Zapdos. Question of the day, y'all. Which starter do y'all want to use? Are you going for Fuecoco or Sprigatito or Quaxley? Me, myself, I'm probably going for Fuecoco, I think. I like that combination, the Ghost Fire. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below, y'all. So, this Tangrowth right here gets a ton of recovery back like he always does. I just go for a nice little discharge right here. I'm trying to paralyze this thing, get it slowed down a little bit because this Tangrowth is a problem, right? That regenerator ability sucks. I hope that they get rid of it in Scarlet and Violet, but I don't think they are. But anyways, we got the nice little paralysis on the Tang, and he goes ahead and knocks off my leftovers, which was pretty rude. But and then he goes ahead and he steals my life source with that Leech Seed. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and Volt Switch out of here. No, I think I Roost first right here, just trying to get that back, and the paralysis kicks in right here, which is good for me. I always love to see that. Zapdos is a paralysis machine. So now we're both sitting pretty close to full. It's like neither of us is taking any damage except for I got these soul sucking seeds stuck to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and Volt Switch out right here. Get rid of those seeds, shake them off, and I'm gonna go ahead and I Volt Switch right into my Houndoom right here, I do believe. So I'm just stuck in this rotating door of trying to break down this Heatran Tangrowth combination, and it's really starting to get irritating. It's, you know, it's the wall game, right? Luckily the paralysis kicks in and it does not, it makes it so my Houndoom doesn't get hit. Heatran, Houndoom, too many H names with fire moves, right? So he goes ahead and he sends his Blissey in right here. Man, I'm having a hell of a time talking tonight. He sends his Blissey in here, and we're going to go ahead and tag that thing with a Dark Pulse. And apparently doesn't do anything worth talking about, right? All these moves are just tickling this Blissey. She's too big. So right here, I got to make some plays to start getting some offensive momentum. I'm 99% positive that he's going to go ahead and rock up right here. And I do get the prediction correct. And this is why I saved my sash until this point. I got to break that Heatran, and I don't really see any other way. So the Shell Smash is about to go down right here. Real quick Shell Smash, and I figure that my opponent is definitely going to click Thunder Wave, especially because they stayed in, which is not good for me because now we're back at neutral speed, and a timid Heatran outspeeds a timid Cloyster. I think a modest one might outspeed a timid Cloyster too. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it might. So I definitely got a Shell Smash again right here. I'm just hoping that I do not get fully paralyzed. You know, I could have clicked the raw Rock Blast, but I'm not so sure if just one smashed up Rock Blast would kill Heatran. Heatran's kind of thick, like stupid thick, so I decided to go for the Shell Smash again. Just because now we're getting strong as hell, and we're faster than this Heatran too. If it would have been Scarfed, I'd have had an issue. Nah, after 2 smashes, we'd have been faster than it with a Scarf too, I think. But regardless, we're not in that situation, so we're not gonna talk about that. But we do get paralyzed here, and that pisses me off in another situation where I want to shoot my switch, you know. And he does connect with the Flash Cannon, obviously. So right here, I'm thinking that this is a real bad position to be in. Cloyster, you got one shot, and you know what? He pulls through right here. I never am disappointed in Cloyster. Cloyster always pulls me through so many battles, you know what I mean? One of my favorite sweepers. It's up there with Dragonite. I like Dragonite too, but Cloyster is awesome. So he goes ahead and he sends in Machamp, and Machamp is paralyzed. I'm paralyzed. I figure there's only one move that he's going to click, and that's Bullet Punch. Maybe I can get the full para on him, and we break through with this Ice Shard, and then we almost knock him out, but then he breaks through too. So the Cloyster sweep ends right there. Cloyster's done well, but now after he broke down that Heatran, it is time. This is Machamp's game from here. There's nothing my opponent can do. So here comes Machamp, ready to start breaking down walls. And you know what? You know what my opponent does right here? He quits. Alright, so Machamp's presence just won the battle. He definitely couldn't handle this Machamp. Machamp was way too much for the rest of his team. As soon as that Heatran went down, this was Machamp's game. So with that being said, I don't think I'm uploading another BDSP Wi-Fi battle. I sure do appreciate y'all taking this ride with me. BDSP has been my favorite format. With that being said, I'll catch y'all later next time. Scarlet and Violet, baby. All right, peace.